Every now and again, a game comes along in a genre that raises its head above the rest. In 2020, this game came in the form of a port to the Switch of Crimson Clover World Explosion, which blew all other shmup releases on Switch out of the water in that year. The menu screen you are greeted with gives you a number of expected options: start game, settings, training, replay, ranking, stats, and gallery, all of which are self-explanatory. In the settings menu, you have the option to rotate the gameplay area to 90-degree angle, aka Tate. There is also an option for selecting scaling to the nearest or bilinear. Jumping into the start game from the main menu, you are asked to pick the difficulty: Novice, Arcade, and there's also an Arrange mode. You are then asked to choose a specific mode: Boost mode, where the game changes based on your skill, Original mode, which is the standard mode, and Unlimited mode and Time Attack. You get a choice of 3 ships to begin with. These come in the form of Type 1, less speed, more attack width. Type 2 is decent speed, but with the attack changing depending on your skill. And Type 3 is very fast with a small attack width. You're also able to unlock another airship. In terms of the play screen, on the TV you'll get around the third of the screen size for the play screen, but as mentioned before, you can stretch the screen to your heart's content. But doing so will also stretch the sprites, making them look large and deformed. In handheld mode, you can rotate the play screen 90 degrees to cover 80% of the screen in Tate mode, which is a really fun way to play the game. The borders are designed well with a nice aesthetic and carries all the information you need whilst playing. The backgrounds to each level in the game are very well detailed and the textures look crisp and lovely. In fact, you can spend too much time admiring them at first if you are not careful. There are small little animation details you get now and again, such as fire or water, look very nice indeed. The sprites themselves are very well detailed, helping to give the game its very own polish and charm. They're fairly large compared to something like Raiden, but after a while you get used to this and come to appreciate their overall design. So at this point I will point out that Clover stands for Cave Lover. The person that designed this game is a lover of the Cave games and the Donpachi games, and you can see the resemblance therein. Enemy designs are fairly numerous, which can be a nice relief from the onslaught of samey ships that you get in a lot of shmups. And boss designs are more unique and very well designed. Boss bullet patterns are challenging but not impossible, making you feel like you have achieved something when you have beaten them. Sound effects are big and boomy. The soundtrack has a lot of riff-heavy tracks, synth melodies, and electric drum beats. All of this adds to the game and helps to provide a good atmosphere. The controls are simple, but with a couple of good mechanics. Hold down the A button to shoot your main spread, and press and hold the B button down to lock onto, and release the B button to fire missiles at your enemies. The longer you hold onto the B button, the further the range of the missiles. This is shown as a green sphere emanating from your ship, and a target appears when the enemy is locked on. Be warned, however, as soon as you touch the B button, your ship will slow down, limiting your maneuverability. The Y button is your bomb, which will send a wall of napalm or fire up the screen, eradicating bullets and dealing damage to your enemies. At the top of the screen is your bomb gauge. As you destroy enemies, this gauge will slowly build up. Using a bomb will deplete a portion of the gauge and will take longer to build up. If you let the gauge completely full up, it expands into break mode, then double break mode, that when used can devastate all your enemies in your path. This gives the game added dimension, as you are not always willing to use your bomb, but rather to find an alternative way to build up the gauge to wreak havoc upon your enemies. I do advise using the bomb as a last resort as a defensive move, like in other games, as you'll want to stay alive for as long as possible, like any shmup. Each level design is different from the last, making you feel like you are progressing in the game. Do you like shoot 'em up / shmups? Well, you are in luck. Shoot You Sir is a fanzine for shoot 'em up players. Created by Graham Pike of New Earth fame and Sly Sar of Sunaru Gaming, Shoot You Sir provides you with reviews, news, updates, and other important information on shmups. You can download it for free. There is no subscription. Just head over to slylsr.com/shoot-you-sir. Click to download for free. As mentioned before, the sprites are large and a lot of the time the screen is filled with enemies, bullets, your spread, your missiles and coins, making it harder to appreciate the backgrounds as much as you probably could have. Overall, Crimson Clover World Explosion offers a tight, immersive gameplay with great sound effects, good music and interesting mechanics. The visuals look fantastic even though they're not wholly original. Out of the vast number of shmups available on Switch, Crimson Clover World Explosion stands out as a must-have game that will rival any of the other great shooters that are available. It is also priced fairly well for such a great package. There are even novice and training modes for people looking to ease themselves into the game. A massive seal of approval from me and the Shoot You Sir team. I'm SlyLSR, this is Sunaru Gaming, have a good one.